You're holding on to anger or regret or the past. You're holding on to something that doesn't serve you, right? But we're also told we should let go. Well, the Stoics had a one-word solution for this problem: freedom. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and you lose it every time you cling to what you can't control." He says, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react that matters." So it's not the situation that causes our emotions. It's our choice to hold on to those situations, our choice to make them mean something. And then when we do that, we become its slave. We become the prisoner of our own making. Marcus Aurelius says, "You control your thoughts. All else is not in your power." That's why he says you shouldn't be concerned with what others say or do. You should just focus on your thoughts, your actions, your character, because that's where your real power is. The rest of it, as they say, is noise. You can't control the noise, so don't waste your time worrying about it. Don't waste your energy reacting to it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. You just have to let it go. There's a beautiful story about Epictetus. One day he was walking through the marketplace and someone spilled some vinegar on him. Now, any reasonable person would have been upset, right? They would have gotten angry. They might have even punched that guy in the face. But Epictetus didn't even flinch. He turned to the person who spilled the vinegar, smiled at him, and said, "Thank you." And then he continued on his way. The person looked at him strangely and said, "Why are you smiling? You're covered in vinegar. You look ridiculous." And Epictetus turned back to him and said, "I was thinking about how I would react if this happened. And I was actually quite proud of myself because I realized that whatever happens, I can smile at it. I can choose to not take it personally. I can choose to let it roll off my back. That's what it means to be free." And listen, it's not easy. You've been practicing letting go for years, right? You used to get really upset when things didn't go your way. You used to get angry. You used to sulk. You used to stomp your feet. You know, when you were a kid, you literally threw tantrums. But over time, you learned how to control your emotions. You learned how to let go. And that's what it means to be an adult. But sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes you still get upset. Sometimes it takes more effort to let go. But here's the thing. The more you practice, the better you get at it. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. But if you keep practicing, if you keep working at it, it'll get easier. And the payoff is huge because when you let go, you become free. You stop being dragged by what's already gone. You stop being pulled by the past, by regret, by things you can't control. Instead, you focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your character. You focus on the present moment. You focus on what's in your power. And that's where you find happiness. That's where you find peace. So let go. Be free. Cling to nothing. Let everything go. As the great poet Rumi says, "Yesterday I was searching for you everywhere. Then I realized you were in me all along. This too shall pass."